What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, guys, as promised, we're gonna go over the Hall of Conquerors, the new content that was released last week. Now, I wish I would have made this video a few days ago, but here I am, a bit late with it. You're still gonna have around 12 plus hours to basically rerun your teams if you want to score slightly higher. I'm going to share with you guys my strategies, basically the builds and everything else that you need to know about my teams, and basically how I managed to get a score that I currently got. Before we get into that part, I just want to give a massive shout out to all of you guys that are supporting the channel through the supporter creator program. If you guys want to put your hand on free rewards, make sure you guys click on the link in the description down below, head over, support Skratch Gaming, and I'm going to be able to send you guys rewards. Plus, I do want to give you guys basically a bit of a warning. Every couple of months or so, they are basically restarting a new season. So you're going to have to make sure that you're supporting again or you're continuing the support. If not, you're not going to receive the rewards. I've seen a few people saying that, Skratch, I haven't received the rewards. The rewards are not coming in-game. They're actually coming on their website in the form of a promo code, and you're going to have to collect it from there. But you got to make sure you are actually supporting. If not, you're not going to actually receive the reward. So I just wanted to basically let you guys know, because I am sending them as soon as they become available. That being said, what do I think about the new content? I think it's interesting. Definitely a different approach. I hate that all I'm doing is farming gold. Okay, like literally all I'm doing is farming gold. I burned all of my stamina. I'm completely freaking dry. Okay. And probably the majority of you guys are in the same boat. Like, look at that. 36,000 points in the Raid Bounty Gorgos. And the main reason for it, you gotta upgrade your heroes to higher levels based on their chivalry. Now, this will be very, very important for the new content as well, because if your champions are not doing enough damage, if they're squishy, you're not going to score very high, right? Plus, of course, team synergy is really, really important. Let's actually dive into the very first team. I've made each one of my runs on auto. If I'm manualing, most likely I'm going to score better. Currently, I'm on the 7th place worldwide by the looks of it. There are some people that dealt some crazy damage in there, but as you guys can probably notice, they're all with like almost maxed chivalry on their heroes. Probably they have much better gear than me. I don't tend to purchase the gear packs that are actually dropping, and recently they've sold tons and tons of gear packs, which 1000% makes a massive difference. Now, my weakest team is definitely the first one, for the steel flanked Penveid, okay? And that's mainly because I haven't actually rebuilt my heroes with resistance or anything like that to ensure that the boss will not apply that healing prohibition on my heroes. Once that is on, it's pretty much game over, because you're not going to be able to remove it, or at least I haven't been able to remove it no matter what heroes I've used in the team, cleansers, etc. I just don't seem to be able to remove it. Maybe I missed something in there. Either way, you want to avoid having that placed on any of your units. Pretty important. So, you need to have multi-hits versus this boss, guys. He will put a shield that requires 21 hits. Now, once you break that shield, you are going to be able to deal additional damage versus the boss. It's pretty straightforward. He will drop your attack gauge quite a bit. Dot damage really doesn't perform good in here. He gains effect resistance as well, which can be pretty annoying. When attacked while not protected by barrier, takes additional damage equal to 50% of the attacker's attack per hit, up to 8 times. So that's actually pretty nice. It will allow you to deal some additional damage. Now, in terms of having the presets, that's kind of like what I have on my heroes. I'm gonna try to basically do a bit of manual work in here and see if that by any chance will work better, right? We're gonna see how that plays out. I'm not going to stay on manual every single one of them, because you really need to basically do the turn count, you see. So we got that healing prohibition on Tristan, and from here on is really not going to be a very good thing for him, unless later on he's going to get resisted, basically, and he's not going to be able to apply it again, right? I feel like that's going to be pretty important. Now, I am using Guinevere here for the shield, and that's mainly because if I'm not going to have some form of extra protection except their HP, we're going to get absolutely demolished, okay? Like, the boss is really going to clap us. And as you guys can probably notice, this run is not as good because the boss did not got resisted, and we have that healing prohibition once again on Tristan, which is going to cost us quite a bit. Tristan bringing a lot of multi-hits, which are essential to knock down that shield. Now, one thing that I would probably recommend you guys as well is to basically ensure that you are trying to bring in some good support heroes as well. I tend to basically split each one of the support units, the best support units that I have available on all of the teams. If you're swapping them from team to team, your record will be reset, and you're not going to be able to use them on multiple different stages as well, which is definitely not a very good thing, but it is what it is. So this run is definitely not working very good because my Tristan is going to get absolutely demolished in here because of that healing prohibition, and the boss was really focused on him. Another thing, try to always bring strong elemental affinity versus the boss. That's going to be really, really important as well, guys, because if the boss will deal additional damage versus them or anything like that, you're definitely going to be in trouble. So seems like that healing prohibition went off Tristan, so we might just be able to basically keep him alive a little longer to try and maybe break the previous record. Versus this boss, he has the body parts. Now, you're not actually killing anything, so Strife set is really not very helpful in this situation. Having a focus set is going to be much, much better. The problem is it's very hard to get good focus sets on all of your heroes, and because of it, you might struggle with giving them good stats or anything like that. So that's a problem that I personally have as well. That healing prohibition went on again, so I'm quickly going to try to see if I can do a bit of manual work and see if we can actually get more damage. So when you are hitting the body parts, you're really not getting much out of it, to be honest. Having the decreased attack speed on the boss can be really nice too, because he's not going to take as many turns. But we are definitely going to lose Tristan. There we go. We actually lost him as I said it. I wish I could use Branham in here, but unfortunately, I just don't have the Fire Relic for him, which is so freaking important. If I could replace my Guinevere with Branham in here to basically have that proper hit shield to counter the boss, it would be a game changer, right? It would make a massive difference. But unfortunately, I cannot do it. Maybe in the future, once I'm gonna get a Fire Relic for him, I'm gonna be able to do it. You see, we are at 30, I think. That's my current record as well, if I'm remembering that correctly. The problem is that if you back out of the fight, even though you know you're not really going to do any more damage, you're basically going to miss out on all of the damage, which kind of sucks because you're going to have to wait for all of the turn count. So 17 hits. Thankfully, Arthur brings in a lot of hits with his A2 and the passive when it procs. But it would have been amazing to still have Tristan alive in here and basically knock down that shield faster so we can push more damage, right? Because that's the main goal. Push as much damage as possible. If you don't have Arthur, I feel like Kai could potentially be a very good unit in here. Even though he's a rare unit, he's still gonna do some serious work in here, right? So definitely do not sleep on Kai if you have her available. Maybe, just maybe, we're gonna be able to break our personal best in here. Maybe we can break another one if the boss won't put another shield on himself, and Arthur will manage to take another turn before. Hopefully he will. Let's see. Can we actually take a turn before the boss so we can smack him one more time? Come on. Break two of them. Proc the passive. Ah, yes, we actually managed to break two. So maybe, just maybe, this will be a new personal best. If you manual, guys, instead of running it on auto, I can pretty much guarantee you that you're going to score a better score than auto. Especially at the beginning, you don't actually have to use all of the healing skills and everything else that might not be required on your units, because you're just wasting vigor. Now, in a team like this, where none of my units are really loading vigor for the other ones, I feel like it's very, very important to try and basically make the most out of what skills you're using. So that overall will give you basically a bit of extra damage, especially at the beginning, right? So let's see. We almost broke the barrier. Let's see if we can get some healing. Okay. We lost that healing prohibition, which is good. We have decreased attack speed on Arthur, so hopefully his A2 skill will proc the passive now, which should actually be really, really helpful if it does. Okay, yeah, I think this is a new personal best versus this boss by the looks of it. Okay, and slowly we're gonna get wrecked from here on. Like, there isn't much that we can still do in here, to be honest. So if we're gonna use the AoE skill, okay, 36 now, better. We definitely got a personal best in here. Can we get another hit before the boss procs the shield? Probably not. Okay, so we got the shield up and running. Arthur is literally gonna get wrecked. We're not gonna be able to do much with him anymore, so I'm just gonna let him do whatever. His passive proc, that's what kept him alive, but it's pretty much GG's. Either way, we got a personal best, considering that I think the previous one was 32, if I'm not mistaken. So we can go with an AoE in here, see if we can score slightly higher damage. And there we go. We can let it go on auto from here, have our Turin die, and then move on to the next team. I will share all of the builds at the end to kind of like give you an idea on what we have on each one of the heroes, what stats, sorry. I do have my chivalry fairly high on most of the units. On Arthur, I think that might be the lowest chivalry that I have from all of the units that I'm using, because he's only chivalry 2 or chivalry 3. I used all of the memory stones that I had available on Arthur, to be honest, to try and basically get some extra effects on him. I do like the way they changed chivalry on the heroes. Now it's not as important to have high chivalry on them, so I feel like that's definitely a bonus, because they become more useful. So 36, yeah, we had 30, so we got 6 extra. Much better this time around. And you see, just a bit of manual towards the end, it actually helped us quite a bit. 6 extra hearts destroyed, really, really good. We are rank 5 now, guys. Damn, 113. If we manage to get 115, we're gonna be rank 3, which is actually pretty damn badass. Now, moving on to the next boss. This is the team that I'm using. Right here, the boss will kind of like activate a secret mechanic where you need to crowd control him. If you don't apply a crowd control debuff, he's going to absolutely demolish you. That's the main reason why I have Lot in this team. Now, if you don't have Lot, you can use, of course, a different unit. You can use Merlin or a different unit that has a very good rate to drop a crowd control debuff. Morgan as well can apply the sleep, which counts, but that is with a basic skill, or the A3 skill is not the highest chance. I'm not running the fire relic on Morgan, guys. I'm actually running the storm to apply that defense down. It really increases my damage output by a lot. We are using Irat as the main damage dealer. We're using Nika. I will actually try to do a bit of manual at the beginning in here, because I want to make sure I'm able to use the skills in the right order. The presets right here, I'm not really sure exactly how it works after you're past this phase where you have the 5 skills used, if it's repeating pretty much the same process, or it's just gonna go random from there. But either way, having defense down on these bosses is super important. So we're just gonna try to use the A3 on Lot in here. Thankfully, we have a lot of vigor from Lot and Nika. We don't really have to worry about not having enough vigor. One thing that I've done as well, I actually changed the build on my Morgan. She was on speed gear before, and she was taking way too many turns, which actually reduced my damage, because my damage dealer was not taking as many turns, and you have 200 turns to basically deal the damage. If your heroes, and that are not the damage dealers, are way too fast, they're taking way too many turns, and that will basically reduce the damage output. So you want to make sure you're using slower builds. So my Morgan is on Vigor at the moment because that's the second build that I had on her ready to rumble. But she's only like 250 speed or so. Before she was like 370, and that was way, way too fast. It was just pointless to have that on, to be honest with you guys. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Doesn't really matter exactly what skills you're using on the rest. In this team, I actually have plenty of Vigor. One thing that I want to make sure is that my IRAT is not going to use the A2 when the boss has the secret mechanic and we're breaking it, because we are dealing tons and tons of damage when that happens. So we want to make sure we are prepared for it, to have the buffs from the A2, just to basically gain a bit of an additional damage from there, and just go on with the A3, try to destroy as many hearts as possible. That's pretty much the strategy versus this boss. I feel like out of the three of them, this is the easiest one in my opinion. So there you go, the secret mechanic. He got the cleanse, removed all of the debuffs. We gotta have Morgan to go in front to apply that defense down. She applied the frost because of Lot's A3. So right now we can actually go in with IRAT and start smacking the boss, you know. I do like the Storm Relic on Morgan a lot, because you have basically double defense down, which really, really increases the damage output by a lot. So we're gonna go again with the A3 in here. We're gonna use the A2 later. So let's proc in some more damage. And in a second, I'm probably gonna put it on auto. I'm just gonna try to basically make sure that I get to deal some additional damage in here to try and basically destroy as many hearts as possible. Seeing that I'm so close to that rank 3, guys, I kind of like want to get a couple of extra hearts destroyed, so I actually jump on the leaderboard, you know. There's slightly better rewards in there, so why not do it if we're so close, right? Before I was I think rank 9 or 11, and then I've done a different run in the morning to kind of like change a couple of things. Plus we actually got a new personal best on the first boss, so that actually was pretty helpful. Let's gain some more buffs in here. And then prioritize just A3 on IRAT, and that should definitely give us more damage. Now, Nika is absolutely insane, guys. To be honest, it's pretty hard to score high points on these bosses if you don't have Nika, if you don't have Gillian, if you don't have Turin, because they are the best support units. No other unit will keep your heroes alive better than the 3 of them. So that's why I have one of them in each team. Now, I like to use Turin on the first boss, because she will give us that increased resistance. And even though I don't have very high resistance on my units, every now and then the boss might get resisted, you know, which is actually still pretty helpful. And then we're going to get to the third team, and I'm going to explain you basically the strat versus that boss as well. You see, we have all of these debuffs, tons of defense down. That's what we like to see. The damage is so much better. Okay, the boss got in the cleanse. Maybe we're going to freeze him directly. No, we haven't just yet. Let's use the A3 with Lot, A2 with Morgan, apply that defense down, the freeze, and now we can go in with IRAT and smack the boss. A2 again, A3 again. Gotta get that Pierce buff on IRAT, and it actually helps Morgan as well. If you really want to get more damage in here, you could basically give a bit of a damage build to Morgan as well, even to Lot, and they will deal some damage as well. That's something that I personally haven't done, and I feel like if I would do that, I would 1000% get at least 2-3 extra hearts without sweating in here, you know. So that is actually really, really helpful. So I'm actually gonna let it go on auto, man. I'm just quickly gonna change something on IRAT. I'm just gonna make her use the A3 skill. And apologies, it seems like my light decided to change, guys. So all of my lights will change a little bit right here. Okay, I don't know what's happening with my lights. Sometimes they just turn on alone. They just switch around alone in here. They're changing their strength and stuff. Really not sure why, but it's happening every now and then. So we have 26 destroyed hearts at the moment. It's crazy that you can destroy up to 100. I'm very curious to see when that will happen, right? Like, at the moment, to me, it seems impossible. No matter how super overpowered is your account, no matter what you have equipped on your units, I just think is impossible to break 100 hearts on any of these 3 bosses. But who knows? I might be wrong. Maybe in the future at some point, they might introduce a new power creep mechanic or something like that that will enable us to do it. But as it is at the moment, I'm just not seeing it possible, right? So we have 29 destroyed with 104 turns left. If we're going to get 42, that will be a new personal best because we have 40 at the moment on this boss. Okay. We applied the crowd control debuff by the looks of it, which is good. So we need Irad to just smack that boss. I don't have very high effect accuracy on Irad. It would be nice if I would have slightly higher accuracy to apply that debuff more often. Reduce a bit of stats on the boss, you know. That is some additional damage as well. And the boss does start to hit harder and harder from here on. But thankfully, with Nika's lead and the healing, we managed to keep them alive pretty damn well. Even though we have Storm Relic versus Fire Relic, like on Morgan, she's still surviving just fine. She's tanky-ish, but nothing too crazy, to be honest. As you guys can probably notice, the boss does hit pretty hard. Okay, where are we? 33 destroyed. Come on. 9 more. 9 more. Can we do it? Okay, the freeze proc, beautiful. You see how OP Lot is in here, man? It's crazy good with that 8-3. I've been telling you guys since the beginning, do not sleep on Lot, because Lot is a solid hero. And a lot of people were taking the piece saying that Lot sucks. Lot is actually pretty damn good as a crowd control. If you have him going first before a hero that has a good AoE, you have a chance to maybe crowd control the entire team with his skill, you know, and that's really good. I actually like him more than Merlin as a crowd control. I'm not even using Merlin almost at all, which is pretty crazy, but it is what it is. So where are we? 50 turns, 36 destroyed. I feel like we can do a personal best. Come on, game, let us do it. Let us do it. 37. Come on, 42. That's what we need. We need 42 to jump on the 3rd place on the leaderboard. It does take quite a bit of time to do a full run like this, guys. So this video most likely is going to be pretty damn long. Look at the boss. It almost smacked my Irad in there. 37, 36 turns. I think we are on track to basically beat the record that we currently have on. Now, if my Lot was crazy fast, if my Morgan was crazy fast, this run was already over. And that's mainly because they were taking so many turns, and they were basically just overlapping the damage dealer way too often, which was reducing our damage by a lot. Where are we? Come on, Irad. You need to break 2 here. Ah, damn. It's so much harder to deal damage now. 18 turns left. I'm positive that we can definitely break 2 more. We can definitely break 2 more. Come on. 14 turns. Even like this, I feel like my Morgan is a bit too fast. Okay, this is our current record. Can we break it? Even with 1. Come on, even with 1. Even with 1. Ah, damn, that's so freaking close, man. I don't think we're gonna get 2, but 1 is definitely doable. Pretty damn close to 2. Pretty damn close to 2. If I would have my Irad, no, best record was 43, man. What am I talking about? Not 40. I remembered it wrong. Okay, so we are actually underperforming this time around, and that's mainly maybe because I stopped her A2 skill. If I was gonna let that play a bit more often, it could have been slightly better, probably. Either way, that's how this run goes versus this boss. If you check the damage, of course, you can see that Irad dealt most of it. Even Nika deals a bit of damage, you see, because of that enemy max HP damage. 11% from Morgan. So if I would give Morgan some damage, that could be really good. If I would make Lot use A3, A2, A3, A2, A3, A2, and give him some damage, that will definitely perform a bit better. Okay, so let's back out of this boss and move on to the final one. We have Talos right here. So this boss as well, it is pretty annoying. Attacks an enemy twice, attacks all enemies twice. Self-trigger ability switch, debuff, attack increase on one target. Then you have this skill attacks 2 random enemies, attacks all enemies 3 times. Now he will hit pretty damn hard the longer we go into the fight. He will one-shot some of my heroes. I am not surviving all the way to the end in here. Then you have the passive, basically rising heat, gains overload, applies the shield. We gotta make sure we break that shield, and it recharges the attack gauge. Now this is the team that I'm running right here. I'm actually running 2 damage dealers. You can use Ceres instead of Claricin if you want. I find that doesn't bring me as much damage. Claricin will bring me the defense down, which will enable Bediver to dish up crazy, crazy damage. This is one of the runs that I actually want to manual a bit at the beginning, because this is the one that has the potential to give me a much, much better push. Probably some of you guys are wondering, Skratch, why are you not using a different relic on your Ain? Basically, I want that increased attack from the second skill. I want that increased defense from the third skill. I want to ensure that my heroes survive. I've tried it with the other relics. Yes, she does deal damage, but considering that this is a single target, she doesn't have the most powerful single target damage. So that would be a bit of a waste, right? So that's why I'm running the team as I am at the moment, okay? So the reason why I want to do a bit of manualing here is to make sure that I have enough vigor for my units to basically use the important skills. And I thought that my Claricin was actually faster than Bediver. Seems like she's not. So that's something that I could actually improve too. So let's get that increased attack in there. A1 to make sure we have enough vigor for the rest as well. A3 right here. We have that defense down. We're going to go with the A1 in here too to ensure that Bediver can actually smack with a A2 skill and deal some solid damage to break some hearts in there. The counterattack will proc every now and then. We don't need any massive heals at the moment, so we're just going to stick with the other skills. We're going to do an A3 once again. A1 with him. You see, if I was paying a bit of more attention, I could have actually got a better damage output because I was able to use Bediver's A2 instead of using A3 on Ain. I don't have vigor sets only on my Gillian right here. So let's get a bit of healing to make sure we're not getting smacked. I'm actually gonna go with the A2 in here. We have a defense down in there, so let's get some buffs on her. So we have the A2 available on Bediver, A1 with Ain. Ain does offer us pretty good support as well. So we're gonna go A3 once again to apply that defense down. A2 with Bediver, proc the extra hit. Beautiful. We have 14 hearts broken. You see the boss actually kind of like went into a standoff mat thingy right there. Phase. Let's apply the defense down if we can. Unfortunately, we did not apply the defense down. Not a problem. We're not going to use the A2 either. We're going to go with the A1. So we have the rest of the skills available. We had that increased attack. Let's put the increased defense as well. The boss will start to do some pretty solid damage in a second. 17 hearts. We can use the A1 once again on Gillian. Maybe a defense down now. Beautiful. We got that defense down up and running. If I'm buffing right now with Ain, I'm not going to have the A2 available on Bediver, and I want to make sure I have that available to actually do some solid damage. A1 again with Gillian. We're going to buff A2 with Ain. A3 with Claricin. A2 with him. Break that shield. Extra hit. 19 hearts broken. So here, I think it's pretty important at the beginning to do some manual, in my opinion, because you want to make sure your units are not constantly just wasting the vigor. You don't need the healing from Gillian. You don't always need to use the big skills from Ain either, you know. you want to prioritize the A3 as much as possible on Claricin and the A2 as much as possible on Bedivere, and then the rest of the skills on Ain. Let's use the A3 again. Unfortunately, this time around, we really don't have many counterattacks proccing. So right now, we can still go A1, get a bit of healing on a Claricin. That might be enough. An A2 from Ain, get an increased attack as well. A2 from Bedivere. Smack that, break another heart, beautiful. A3 right here from Claricin. She deals pretty good damage too, but look how much damage the boss is actually dealing. Finally got a counterattack in. We're definitely going to have to use the A2 to heal from here on, so most likely I'm going to be able to let him play on Oro. I'm going to go A1 with Claricin right there. Oof. Oof. Let's get some healing from here. Not a lot of healing from Ain's skill, but it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. 23 destroyed, and I can actually let it play on Oro. Use the skills that they have available because I need my Gillian to heal from here on. As I've mentioned, she's the only one in Vigor, so she's always going to be able to use the A2 skill, while the rest won't have so much control over what skills they're using, because we'll all be about Vigor. If I could implement somehow a unit that will give me more Vigor, this would be a much, much better run, because like that, I would be able to use A3 on Claricin all the time, A2 on Bedivere all the time, A3, A2 on Ain all the time as well. So having that increased defense, it will ensure that the boss will not one-shot my Claricin when he does that move. At least not just yet. At some point, it might happen where I don't have the buff on, and the boss will actually go ham and wreck my units. Unfortunately, it's kind of like out of my control in there. There isn't much that I can do to basically keep them alive. I can't really remember how many I had destroyed versus this boss. If I had 30 or 32 or maybe 33. Kind of like forgot. But hopefully we're gonna break the personal best because of that manualing at the beginning. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and you shouldn't manual at all, because it might actually make it worse. But we're gonna see in a second. For the previous run, we did a bit of manual and it did make it worse for us. So hopefully it won't be the case here as well. I really need just 2 extra hearts destroyed, to be honest, to rank top 3, and that's going to be massive. You see, so Ain right here is not able to use the A3 skill. Thankfully, my Claricin survived in there. She actually used the A3 skill, which is good. So we have 33 hearts destroyed. Come on. Come on, game. You can do it. Put that defense down. Put that defense down. Oof. 34. I need an AoE heal, Gillian. A nice AoE heal. Okay. A bit of more healing. Can we survive this? Can we survive this? 35. Oh, damn. We lost 2 of our units. So it's all on Claricin now to basically break another heart at least. Please. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Oh, that's so close. Okay, 36. Please be a new personal best. Please be a new personal best. 2 extra hearts. Come on. Oh, we survived again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I actually got a dupe of her today from some of the rewards, from the rare summons that you get, the rare ticket guaranteed heroes. And I got a Claricin, and that took her to max chivalry, which is actually huge, because I managed to gain an extra level on her. Oh, damn. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Yes, we broke another one. We broke another one. This time around, my damage dealer survived the most. Let's see. Yes, we had 34. We got 3 extra guys. New personal best. And like this, we actually moved, I think, onto top 3 on the leaderboard. Yes, we did. Beautiful. Beautiful. We managed to do it. We managed to do it. So we have 116 hearts destroyed. Top 1 has 130, top 2 has 124, and these are the rewards. So each one of I'm still not sure if you're accumulating everything from the bottom to the top. 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. I would assume so. If not, it's really weak sauce. And seasonal ranking, top 2, 3. We're getting fragments for a relic. I'm not too excited about these rewards at all, to be honest. I wish we would have had memory stones or something juicier. Getting 3 fragments for a relic that we might end up in summoning in a few days is not good. Or maybe this will not be part of any of the summoning tickets or events or anything like that. So maybe we can only get it from here. Either way, let me just quickly show you the builds. I'm not going to read stats or anything like that, guys. I'm just going to basically let you see what we have on the heroes. These are the gear sets, as you guys can probably notice. I'm not going to read that either because you guys know what they are. These are their total stats. So that is my Bedivere right here. Then this is Ain. She's on a resistance build. These are the stats. But hey, top 3, I'm taking that. Claricine, these are her total stats, as you guys can probably notice right here. And yes, attack, crit damage or crit rate. That's how I have it on all of the damage dealers. If it's a support, most likely I'm gonna have attack speed on them on the ring right there. That is my Nika. She is built on a vigor. No point to put her on speed, to be honest. This is my Morgan. She is on a vigor because that was the old build that I had. 244 speed. The first build was 370, which was way too fast, and that actually costed me damage, so that's why I would not recommend you to use it like that. This is my Tristan. You can see the chivalry levels as well. This is his build. You want to have attack speed on him, some effect accuracy, crit rate, crit damage. He does require quite a lot of stats, to be honest with you guys. That's my Irat. Now, if I would have the new attack set that gives you 50% attack and drops a bit of HP, that would be much, much better. She's the only one that actually has attack speed right here. So if I'm gonna give her an attack instead of the attack speed, that would most probably push me a couple of hearts higher. But I'm not going to bother. I got top 3, and to be honest, the rewards are really not worth it. Then we have Arthur. He is on the Ascension set. If I would have the Ascension set available for most of the damage dealers, that would be good. But I'm really not moving the gear sets around because that's too much of a hassle. And I have no gold anyway to do anything else because all my gold went into leveling up my units. Then we have Gillian. Gillian probably has the weakest build out of all of them because I haven't upgraded her build in ages, months and months. But she is on a vigor set as well. Then Lot. Oh my god, Lot is actually missing gear. I haven't even noticed that. That's actually pretty crazy. So he's missing gear. These are his total stats. In a way, it's good that he's missing gear because he's not too fast. He's only 230 speed. Then we have Guinevere right here. These are her total stats. As you guys can probably notice, we have vigor and life. Then who else was used? I feel like Turin is the last unit. Vigor as well. These are her total stats, as you guys can probably notice. And anyone else? No, that's about it. That's about it, guys. So that's what I had equipped on all of my heroes. That's my result. Hopefully you found some new tips to enable you to enhance your damage. You still have over 12 hours to retry it if you want to have a better placement on the leaderboard. As I've mentioned, the rewards themselves are really not that great. Much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. If you enjoyed the content, do me a favor, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys click on that support Skratch Gaming to be able to get some juicy rewards. Peace.